2 of the We Are One Summit. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Jonathan Terrell, Program Manager with the Next 100 Coalition. And on behalf of the entire We Are One team, we're super excited to have you back for day 2. I'm filled with joy and gratitude for the conversations already underway since yesterday, or if you're just starting today, joining us in the conversations that will start this morning. Yesterday we began our day with an acknowledgement of the local space and global context that we find ourselves situated in, followed by an in-depth conversation with the leaders of Next 100 Coalition, PGM1, and Justice Outside. We were amazed by the wisdom shared and connections made throughout yesterday afternoon's workshop sessions, and are excited for many more exciting sessions today. And without further ado, I'd like to reintroduce to the stage Next 100's Executive Director, Chela Garcia Irlando, to get our program underway. Welcome to the stage.
Good morning. It's so wonderful to see everybody here again today, and new faces who weren't able to join us yesterday but are now here with us this morning. We are extremely grateful to have Queen begin today's program, and as a constant collaborative partner in the Next 100 Coalition's Ocean Equity Collective and bold leader in the environmental justice movement. Queen-Quet Marquetta L. Goodwine is a published author, computer scientist, lecturer, mathematician, historian, columnist, preservationist, environmental justice advocate, and film consultant, and the artivist. She is the founder of the premier advocacy organization for the continuation of Gullah Geechee culture, the Gullah Geechee Sea Island Coalition. In 2006, Queen-Quet worked with U.S. Congressman James Clyburn and National Park Service to pass the Gullah Geechee Cultural Heritage Act, to keep Gullah Geechee culture well preserved and resourced by the U.S. government. In 2008, she was recorded at UNESCO headquarters in Paris, France, at a United Nations conference in order to have the human rights story of the Gullah Geechee people archived for the United Nations. In 2009, she was invited by the Office of the High Commissioner of the United Nations to come and present before the newly founded Minority Forum as a representative of the Gullah Geechee Nation and the International Human Rights Association for American Minorities, which is an NGO in consultative status with the UN. Queen-Quet also served as a member of the National Park Relevancy Committee and proudly continues to work to protect the environment and to ensure that diverse groups of people engage in nature and the policies that govern us. Queen-Quet's recognitions include the Jean Laney Folk Heritage Award for Gullah Advocacy and the State of South Carolina, the inaugural Living Legacy Award from the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, the Ocean Hero Awards, the Georgia Environmental Educators Non-Traditional Environmental Educators Award, and countless other awards and accolades. Queen-Quet will graciously be doing a book signing in the lobby immediately following her speech. And now, please join us in a warm welcome to Queen-Quet, Chiefess of the Gullah Geechee Nation.
Don't you get weary, great camp meeting in the promised land. So work together till I, don't you get weary. Work together till I, don't you get weary. Work together till I, don't you get weary. Great camp meeting in the promised land. We try work and never get tired. Work and never get tired. Work and never get tired. Great camp meeting in work together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Great camp meeting in the promise. So pray together, children. Don't you get weary. Pray together, children. Don't you get weary. Pray together, children. Don't you get weary. Great camp meeting in the promise. We'll find work and never get tired. Work and never get tired. Work and never get tired. Great camp meeting in the promised land. So work together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Work together, children. Don't you get weary. Great camp meeting in the promised land. Great camp meeting in the promised land. Great camp meeting in the promised land. Yes. Good morning. Great camp meetings. Oh, you sound plenty. The people, better go to God. Forget about who we are. We never go and seek in the wilderness. Be a new home. No, in the wilderness. All bananas. In Jacksonville, North Carolina. Down Jacksonville, Florida. All it was. So next year we go on, we had a central urban thing like that. Oh, and then we go on in the wilderness. Oh, I heard others with a call. I said, how do you feel when you come out the wilderness? Oh, do you hear that? We don't know if it's shut. Oh, true. It can't be. Now these are children. But they want a man. Come here. And they cock your teeth with me. I can't. I think like that. I study the kind of cat there. The children tell us, sleep on the walls and cover the walls and things like that. Please, come on. That's all they do. Women shout. Women react. When all this shout, the world is learned. When it was, when it wanted water. Like we say, the water to bring you, water that take you back. So you know, so the ancestors get you because of this shout. And now when we go down, we breathe them in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. We are born by the ancestors' spirit. They are coming in me. Lord, I saw them in the air. All around this shop. See us. Them cracky teeth all up. They shut in. Just like a young. And then walk with them. Come from. Teeth. But I can put on. Then I study about where they be the Igbo, Mandeka, Balenji, Union, Gold, Gizi, Men, Temi, Viti, Bibio, try again. Just see me one of the bracket again. Don't. We want to forget it the lash. Ah, then we made a for Igbo. God make it good. But the ancestors take everything. And we get out. And they're good old for a gumbo. Oh yeah, we join our shrimp and our teeter. Oh, great God, you have some little crap, that thing like that. You have all that stuff in there with their meals. Oh no, you're not going to come like that. It's something America talk about melted butter. That thing still, you put them in the water, you want to know everything done. They know what they done. And they know who what they done. So that's why when they come in and study about who we be, you say, we be, gotta get you out. People blessed by God. Because I always want to do, but make sure we in the deal. We've been here. We're not going to get taught. And when we said, what kind of thing is this? What? He said, oh, great God, these crazy people here. Look, y'all. Where you come from for come on, y'all? Oh, you know, I read about you. I'm studying now. Hunter studied them. Hunter studied me. Because we figure Hunter even go study on herself. Huh? Oh. See the crack on there, they come in there and then they drive and tell me we done high for that thing that they be up at the weekend. Okay. Okay. So, we said, okay then. Can I crack a deep like we can crack a deep like that. Excuse me. What institution brought you here? Oh, well, you know, I'm trying to complete my thesis research. I said, about who? Oh, about your, the Gullah Geechee people. Do you actually know who the Gullah Geechee people are? Well, I'm looking for them. Oh, but you're looking dead at me, you don't see me. Because that means you don't know who we are. So why study me? Why not study yourself? Why not learn about your cultural community instead of coming into mine? Because we didn't ask for anybody to come study us. Now, if you say the word study in our language, it means something different than what it means in your institutions of higher learning too. But you need to know who's within you and whose you are and from whence you came and where you are rooted. Socioanthropologists, linguists, oh yeah, ethnobotanists, ethnomusicologists. Oh sure, my music sounds good, like any other music does if the singer can sing. And if the musicians can play on key, oh, it sounds real good. But that doesn't mean that you have the right then to go back and take things that were never meant to be written down, make shape notes, and then shape it into what you want it to be and melt it into your American life. Because we might just love being that Gullah Geechee gumbo that we are. That has that kusabo in it. That got that Igbo in it. That got that Visto in it. That got that Mini in it. That got that Temi in it. That got that Yoruba in it. You see, we might love knowing all of what we are and the flavors that come together within us. Like many people of African and indigenous descent around the world tend to have a lot of flavor. Tend to go to other places and they're a little bit bland. So I can understand hunting for flavor, but did anyone provide you informed consent, as y'all call it, or prior informed consent, or permission to open up their cabinet of that flavor and pull something out that you don't even know what it is? It don't need no label on it when the people created it themselves. But you pull it out the cabinet and now you repackage it and then you want to slap a label on it, you want to tell it back and tell us who we are. We don't have to buy that. Now, it's a different thing if somebody invites you into their house. And some of us take it too far when they say, and make yourself at home. Because it ain't actually your home now. Even after you moved out your mom and daddy house, they're trying to let you know you ain't paying no bills in it. So now you're a visitor. And you're like, oh, you can't say that. I grew up in this house. But you ain't never paid no bills, though. You don't know how the house got built or anything. What you talking about? Okay, I got you. So mom and dad come to your place. And now, they stay for 2 weeks extra. They answering, if you still had a house phone, they answering your calls, or if your cell phone on the table, they look at, some man on your phone again, he done called you 3-4 times. You're like, Mom! See, now you understand how I feel? Now you want to tell mom and dad, it was nice seeing y'all, but when are y'all leaving exactly? I could get you an Uber, right? But think about it. You like your space. Because now you've had an opportunity to create your own circle. And which might be that place of peace where you can rest and where you can breathe. And sometimes it takes even backing away from the people you came to be able to really breathe. So I started to check out this type of camp that these other children was coming to our places to have it, I started realizing these camps that they were having, they'd sit around sometimes around a campfire, not just because it was cold outside in the evening on the ocean, near the water, or on the creek shore and things like that. And they had realized the temperature can go from now 85 degrees in the daytime, drop down to 50 in the evening, and things like that in the spring. They had me know. So they come here thinking in the Caribbean, this is the Sea Islands, dog. From Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida. Be not deceived. That thing they call climate change is impacting us too. So you better pack accordingly. You might need a sweater and a bathing suit all in the same day. And so they're sitting at the fire and they're talking about how beautiful it is, this place, and it's so nice, but they love to build here. But the beauty that you see is because God made it like that. And God did build a building there on that shoreline, into that marsh, into the ocean. So why is it beautiful when you visit and it's not beautiful enough to enjoy it as it is? So here it is, their little meetings in their camps are those camps that remind me of the ones of the Confederacy that was also in my region before the whole, what we call big swooping started, thing like that. They were ruling everything. And then came these others who said, no, we're against what you are saying. We're against continuing to commit the crime against humanity. We feel that all the camps need to meet together, that we need to be one big circle, that everyone needs to know their freedom and have the right to their own bodies, the right to their own time, the right to their own intellectual property. Of course, they didn't call it that because they still don't call it that when it comes from African people or indigenous people. They just see it as something to commodify like they did those human bodies, and like people have not stopped doing, because there is a thing called a prison industrial complex. Yes. There is a thing, unfortunately, called trafficking, where people still think they have the right to snatch somebody from a place and then take them somewhere else and exploit their abilities, their skills, their bodies, their minds. And sometimes we only think of the trafficking when we hear somebody's missing. But what about when they've been missing all the time and they're sitting right in front of your face because their soul has died? We never have a home going for people's spirits. And sometimes there's just vessels just walking around empty. So I started realizing some of these people started setting up camps where we be, on the shoreline. Because they're all just sitting in that circle around that fire over there. They gonna point out some of what we had. Just like that. But they never stopped to think to talk to us. To say, how have you survived from the 1500s until now as black indigenous people? How did you do that? In the midst of all that had to come against you and your elders and your ancestors, how did you do that? Because we are people of faith. So in our camp meetings, it's some shouting going on. In our camp meetings, it's some praise going on. In our camp meetings, it's some slowing down. Terribly well, studying ourselves. When you start to really look inward, you see with this eye more than you see with these. And when you turn that inside and you just pause a while, and you do that often, you start to see things more clearly when you open these two eyes. And you start to realize when things are changing around you. When the environment itself is shifting, you notice the very smells in the air that it's going to rain. You actually notice the first little leaves that are trembling to kind of wake you up that, hey, a storm might be on the way. You start realizing, hey, those sounds that I used to hear, I'm not hearing now. Those little lights in the evening time, from what we call the lightning bugs, you start noticing, I'm not seeing them now. You start noticing, yeah, all those colorful ones flying around like this. You don't see all the colors anymore. Because now you can actually see. And once you start seeing, that's the thing that is important about that camp meeting. That's when you start to warm up. Your body, your spirit, and everything starts to flow. And you realize, hey, I'm alive and I'm inextricably tied to all of this, these trees, this soul marsh, this water. I and it are one. Just like on the Gullah Geechee Nation national flag, on our logo, there's a family tree rooted in Sea Island soil. Human bodies inextricably tied together, never to be uprooted. With a vineyard, then a wine we told. So we started realizing some of them would come out of the camp, find us, and be open enough to receive knowledge and understanding. My favorite scripture is, wisdom is the principal thing. So get wisdom. But in all thy getting, get understanding. When you have an understanding and then you start to enact on it, you actually practice these things that are traditions from your cultural community. Eventually you gain wisdom and you get power to hold on to it. No matter what else comes against you, God will make sure that that remnant of individuals that recognize the same thing you do, that was in this camp here meeting instead of that camp over there, they start to come together. But sometimes we don't realize what's in our hands. So as we say, empty sack can't stand upright more. You notice I put that sack on. It'll stand up or it'll lay down? Lay down. Lay down? Because why? Because what? Oh, you think ain't nothing in it? That ain't the reason it don't stand. There's plenty in there. I just say it can't stand upright by itself. Right? So it needs something to help, or it needs somebody to help. And sometimes somebody else will say just what he said about your cultural community. There ain't nothing in it. That's why they ain't standing up. That's why they ain't speaking up. That's why they ain't holding up nothing, because there ain't nothing in it. And that's all because most of us as people of color and people of culture tend to cover up who we are when we go walk out in the Western world. We don't show them all of what we're working with. Sometimes, you got to show them what you're working with. Here it is. That to that same man who said, there's nothing in there. That's why it's not standing. Little specks in there, we see a little bit clearer. Little, let's see what we got here. We got a little bit of the water with me. Some of this that adorns you. Let my love adorn you. I know y'all heard that in y'all head tonight. So here it is. This piece that was once called wampum, this thing that was just called money. It's like me because my ancestors were called black gold and we were considered a commodity. And here it is now. This represents vision, you see. And again, there's my culture. It's all in this sack, you see. But if you ain't looking in it because you don't value it, it ain't yours, then you'll say something like, it's laying down, but ain't nothing in there. So here it is. Inside. And I know some people in this room right now feel like this inside. You just feel like remnants. You just feel like pieces. You're not sure. You hope that it'll connect eventually to something, but you don't yet know what that something is. Right now, it's just remnants. It's just torn, it's tattered. You feel torn, you feel tattered. You're not sure because nobody in the family is in this camp meeting with you. And you so wish they would. So you gotta come to places, you gotta fly, you gotta drive, you gotta save up, you gotta go fund me, you gotta do all this to get to a camp meeting where you hope some other people will help you. Just breathe. And so, once you get there, trust me, God wouldn't have sent you on a journey with nothing to say. God sent you on a journey so that you could find some other people, not only to help you hold the stack upright, but to fill it up nice and tight. That you have something that when you leave that camp meeting, you can take it with you. That is beautiful. It's colorful. It reminds you of that place where they tell you just stop sometime. Smell what? Roses, but you ain't got to smell roses. That's what I like, flowers. I like that some of y'all said just the flowers. Sometimes roses might be too tough. You don't want to deal with them, see, because you go to touch them because they're so pretty and they stick to you, and you might bleed, and then it reminds you of why you never stopped to smell them before. Instead of you remembering that the point of why the bull stuck you is because it didn't trust you. That was God's defense. And unfortunately, too many human beings are walking around like they're roses, and if you try to even hug them or say good morning, they stick you instead of smiling because they haven't breathed in a while. Them souls ain't really in there. That's just a temple walking around with nothing in it. But if you get in the right camp meeting, you get in the right circle, oh, y'all can end up taking them remnants and stitching them together and making something that becomes an heirloom, making something that ends up keeping you warm, keeping your baby warm. Like, child, got that lead one coming in here to the camp meeting already. Yeah, that can go ahead and that you can pass it on when you go to your daughter or your son's new apartment or their new house. You can pass it on and say, we want to leave this with you. Because every strip in it is something from our family, from our ancestors. Here's a piece of everybody. So that you know, even at times that you don't feel understood, you're still loved. That we are still praying for you. That we are still with you. That we are covering you. No matter where you go in the world, we are there to keep you warm. Because God made it that we are one. So we might start off as all these different organizations. And we might think we're here even just as individuals, not even representing any organization or agency at this summit. But you don't come to a summit by walking flat on the ground. You get to a summit because you got to climb there. Some of y'all are here hikers, you know what I mean. The higher you go, the harder it is. It's harder to breathe. The air is what? Thin. Some might say, is it thin or is it light? Ladies, right? We like to say that, right? I want to be light. I want to be mid. I want to be thin, right? We work on it. And sometimes it don't feel good working on it. Sometimes it's like your boy said, you got to let it burn, right? You got to let these things burn sometimes, but just like with a cut, if you put alcohol on it, at first it burns, but eventually it heals. So don't feel like you came here for nothing. Don't feel like it just was happenstance that you heard about the We Are One summit. No, you came here to climb. You came here to go a little higher. You came here to get a little lighter. So that when you get to the top, you can look around with your two and your third eye open. And you can see. And you can breathe with those that have met on the top of the summit. That's why you're here. Because this is the great camp meeting. And normally I don't say that outside of the Gullah Geechee Nation. But I came from the Gullah Geechee Nation and arrived in this city at 3 a.m. and got here before most of you who was here all night, all day yesterday, and slept. And I was here before you. Because why? Because God said there's going to be a great camp meeting. This is going to be an opportunity to get some people united that may have never seen each other before, so that they know at the end of it, they're not remnants anymore. They are one put together. And they now can take that quilt and they can sew it into a sack, but you will see that whatever indigenous group you come from, okay, if you are Latina, if you are African American, if one of you Gullah Geechee, if one of you from Bacayard or Nile Islands or things like that there too, you see, if you're from the motherland, if you are one of our indigenous nations people of Turtle Island, you realize you're not alone. And whatever bag you got to carry, don't be like the bag lady Erykah Badu. You got to let the bags go. Don't let that go there. So, but the sack, we can fill it together with positivity, upliftment, healing, and together we can heal the land. So before I came out, a song that I taught people over the years came back to me, and I want to see if y'all can do what y'all hung with me earlier on that clapping. So I think y'all can handle this right here. All right, all the men in the building, I need you to do this part. Walking, walking, walking in the light. 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 Beautiful, y'all sound good, but y'all need to raise your voices. Put some bass in it. Can I get some bass in it? Okay. So now, sisters, all the ladies in the building, all right? This is our part. And if you sing soprano, do that. If you sing alto, do that. And if you can't sing, it's okay. Just act like you do that. Okay. All right, y'all ready? Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. I had some of y'all, wow, part so long. Y'all know that. Y'all know that kind of word, that kind of word, lady. All right, come on. Y'all ready? Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. Oh, we gonna rehearse one more time, y'all ready? Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. Y'all ain't sounding good? Y'all sounding good? All right, brothers, let's go. Walking, walking, walking in the light. Walking, walking, walking in the light. Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. Walking, walking in the light. Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. Walking, walking in the light. Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so we can see ourselves. Walking, walking in the light. Walking in the light. Ooh, we can help each other. Ooh, walking in the light, so
walking.